Welcome back to our retrospective review series on the complete first season of the highly anticipated NCIS, Tony and Ziva spinoff. Episode 2, titled No Friend of Mine, successfully took the high-octane chase across Europe, dramatically intensifying the personal stakes for our beloved duo. This episode successfully moved past the initial setup, firmly establishing the series not as a procedural, but as a thrilling, serialized fugitive story, one where the biggest threats often proved to be those you trusted the most. The episode wasted no time, picking up immediately where the premiere had left off, with Tony and Ziva now fully exposed and aggressively hunted. The pacing was relentless, which was a major positive for the show's shift in genre. We saw the couple utilizing their unique blend of NCIS training and spycraft to stay one step ahead, operating largely on instinct and adrenaline. This desperation forced them to rely on their reluctant new allies, the brilliant but eccentric hacker, Boris, and the pragmatic security analyst, Claudette. The integration of Boris, in particular, was a highlight, bringing much-needed comic relief and tech-savvy exposition to the serious plot, preventing the constant fleeing from becoming repetitive or monotonous. His performance provided a fun, albeit often chaotic, contrast to Tony's grounded, old-school espionage tactics. On the action front, Episode 2 delivered one of the series' most memorable sequences, the smart car ambush. When Tony and Ziva found themselves surrounded in a small European town by a fleet of vehicles remotely controlled by the mysterious antagonists, it elevated the threat level significantly. It was a fantastic, tense set piece that showcased the writers embracing modern threats and utilizing the European setting to its full potential. Crucially, the action provided a clever callback for longtime fans when Tony, trapped in a car, resourcefully used a knife to bypass a modern security lock. Fans quickly recognized this as a clear, purposeful nod to Gibbs Rule number 9. Never go anywhere without a knife. These small, reverent moments of nostalgia were essential, grounding the grand, New World spy mission in the comfort of classic NCIS lore, and the fan community universally praised this inclusion as a beautiful tribute. However, the greatest emotional weight of No Friend of Mine centered on the painful subject of trust and betrayal, which lent the episode its title. Tony's reliance on his old Interpol contact, Henry, for a safe house turned out to be a devastating mistake. Henry attempted to hand them over to Interpol authorities, fracturing Tony's faith in his own judgment. This betrayal hit Tony hard and forced him to confront the emotional cost of their life on the run. The writers effectively used this pressure cooker environment to keep the Ziva relationship complex. While they were forced into close quarters, even sharing a cramped, non-romantic bedroom, Ziva maintained an emotional boundary. The tension created by her unwillingness to fully commit again, despite their obvious love and chemistry, fueled the central romantic conflict. While some viewers were frustrated that their favorite couple hadn't yet had their full reunion, this constant push and pull was precisely what kept their relationship dynamic and ensured that the final payoff felt truly earned in the season finale. Ultimately, Episode 2, No Friend of Mine, proved that the NCIS, Tony and Ziva spinoff was much more than fan service. It successfully maintained the breakneck pace, deepened the conspiracy with effective new supporting characters, and leveraged the emotional core of Tony and Ziva's complicated love story. My own opinion, drawn from analyzing the immediate fan response at the time, was that the episode was highly successful because it nailed the pacing and delivered on the action while weaving in those precious nostalgic Easter eggs. The subtle nod to Gibbs Rule was proof that the writers genuinely understood what the long-term audience cared about. The only continuing point of friction remained the somewhat forced, over-the-top swearing, which, even in the second episode, felt unnecessary and distracted from the authentic tension. We have discussed the critical reception and fan consensus from the time of its release, but now we want to hear from you. Now that you have seen the entire first season of NCIS, Tony and Ziva, what is your revised review of Episode 2, No Friend of Mine? Did the smart car ambush surprise you? Did the Henry betrayal feel genuine? And beyond the spinoff, what is your all-time favorite Tony and Ziva episode or moment from the original NCIS series? Share your thoughts and reactions in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.